Hello, my name is May Duldelau, and I'm here with episode 69 of. Hi, my name is May Duldelau, and I'm here with episode 69 of Enjoy the Journey, which you can find on my blog, candoitblog.com/journey. All right, so my name is May, M-E-Y, last name D-U-L-D-U-L-A-O, May Duldelau, and I usually put it on the screen. However, I'm having challenges doing that with this Google Hangout. So I'm not sure to say. So that's my name. I spelled it out for you. My name is May. And the blog is candoitblog.com. So that's candoitblog.com. Thank you for joining me today on this great hangout. We're going to interview someone very special. Her name is Kris Walsh. She's not here at the moment. Hopefully she will jump on before the end of this interview because she's going to be interviewed. Sorry, I'm joking with you. Now let me just text her real quick just to make sure she got my link. Okay. Okay. We will see if she pops on. So today's topic is really important and I want to jump right in. I just want to make sure she's got the link. Okay, so today's topic is very important and I'm just going to jump right in. So basically what I'm talking about today is overcoming your fear and becoming that person that you dream of being. Okay, and not just that, living that dream and living on purpose, which is really what all of us are here on this planet to do. We're here to live on purpose, live our dream life, and have this amazing, amazing experience. Now, before I begin all of this exciting information I'm going to share with you, I'm going to give you a little bit of background of who I am. Those of you who know me, my name is May Duldelau. I am an internet marketer mom, okay, and I'm white. So that means I have stuff to do too, and I'm really busy. I'm full-time, and I'm full-time employed. So I'm telling you this because I am just like you. All right, I'm not you, but I'm just as busy as you are. Everyone is unique, okay? But let me tell you my unique story so you can understand my point of view, and then you can decide if it makes sense for you. So this is me. I started this business back when I was pregnant with my son Jordan. Jordan is now 2 years old, so I've been in this business 2 years. He's going to turn 3 in August, so I've been in this business over 3 years because I started when I was pregnant. I was 4 months pregnant with my son. I started this business. Things don't happen by accident. In my life, everything I know is done for my greater cause and greater purpose. I found this business because I was looking for something that would make me at least $3,000 a month in passive income, and that's what consistent passive income. Every month I get $3,000 a month. Passive income means I set something up where it just gives me money every month without me having to spend my time. All right. Things like if you write a book and you get royalties, from people buying it, or if you have a website up and it just brings in money through advertising or selling stuff or whatever it is, right? Or if you own a property and someone's renting it and you have a rental agency handling it and they just send you checks for the profit, that's called passive income. You don't actually have to do the work. Now, if you actually owned a rental property and you had to do all the work, that's not passive income. That becomes active income. Okay, so I'm talking, that's what I got in this business for. Was I want $3,000 in passive income that I do not have to work for, so that I can be financially free. Because that was my number. I don't know what your number is, but my number was $3,000. $3,000 would make me financially free, meaning I don't have to work a job ever again in my life if I don't want to. And instead of that, and it doesn't mean I'm going to be a lazy ass and not do anything. Instead of that, I'm going to do what I love, which is, be a mom to my son, just be there for my children, have more children, okay? I'm telling you the truth. This is my dream, right? And blog about financial freedom and help others become financially free. That's what my passion is. That's what I like to do. Now, I don't know about you and what your passion is, but that's why I got in this business when I was 4 months pregnant with my son Jordan. They told me there was this guy on Facebook saying he's blogging and he's making all this money. And I'm like, well, I'm interested. I'll talk to him. So they gave me his name and I called him. So this isn't like typical internet marketing. Like, I didn't click on a link to get in. I called the guy and I was like, I heard you're blogging and you're making a lot of money. That's what happened in my story. Okay. I trusted him because he was friends with my friends. So I called him and I was like, are you making all this money? And the guy's like, yeah, I'm making $3,000 a month. I'm like, you're making $3,000 a month? Like, yeah, and I work at a cafe. That's what I've been pulling in so far. And so I don't do this all the time. And he was like a coffee maker. Okay, that's what he did. So I was like, okay, this guy makes coffee, and he's making all this money, and I'm thinking, all right, maybe.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. My computer fell asleep because I forgot to plug it in. So what can I say? Internet marketers sometimes make a few mistakes. So let me just get Kris. I just found out Kris is out there wanting to get on, and I think I sent her the wrong link. So let me send it to her again, and hopefully that will get her in this time. So, and thank you again for joining me on this great episode. Really appreciate that, and sorry for the mix-up and the everything. So thank you again for joining me on this great episode. Okay, let me just close out. I just want to make sure it was working. It is working. Yay. Okay, so sorry about that. I am back. My computer went to sleep and I plugged it in. So Kris should be joining us shortly, and we're going to start our interview with her. But I want to finish my story so that you understand where I'm coming from. So like I said, 4 months pregnant, okay, 4 months pregnant, and I decided to start this business. So I talked to the guy, and he tells me he works in a coffee shop and he's making that much money. I'm like, seriously? Okay, I want to do this. He sends me the link to join. I look at the link and I'm like, what the hell is this? I mean, I'm serious. I was like, what is this? Because I was watching this video of these two guys talking. They're both named Dave. And I'm just like, what? They're just talking about how their lives used to be really poor and now they live in mansions and all this stuff. And I was like, what are they talking about, right? Why don't they get to the point? That's really what I was thinking. So I was like, I don't know about this thing. I don't know what's going on in this video. So I was just gonna join anyway because I knew him, but it kind of had a glitch, so I couldn't get like, okay, I'll wait on it. And I waited on it for like a week. And I ended up investigating the company on Better Business Bureau just to see if they were real and how they were rated and what people said about them. And I read every single complaint against them and how it was resolved. Like I was that I was like, what is this thing? And how can I, so I actually did that. I investigated it. I checked it out. In the hangout where the Men Plus invite me there. Let me see if I can get her on a different way. Let's see. I guess she's not clicking on the, let me see. Click on the link I sent you. Let's see if that works. And if it doesn't, then I'll have to rethink that one. But let me see. I don't think I can invite her any other way. I don't know. Maybe there's something else here. Well, we'll wait for her to, oh, I see what she's saying. There's a plus man link. Okay, let's see if I can get her on here. Oh, she's on. She is on. She figured it out. Okay, great. Hi, Kris.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Nice to see you. I'm
Nice
glad I sent you the wrong link. That was totally my fault, and I apologize for that.
No, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, I was just finishing up my story, so I'll finish it up super fast, and then I'll start asking you some questions. So
Yeah,
I was just telling everyone that I started when I was 4 months pregnant. I called this guy because
I know I saw you.
What?
I saw you.
Oh, I know, but I was just summarizing it for the viewers super fast so they could get the whole story. So anyway, oh, okay, you're right. So I don't have to summarize to you. All right. So anyway, I ended up starting after a week, and my husband got so pissed off at me because he's like, it's a scam. Even though I talked to the guy and like people know him, he thought it was a scam. It was like so funny. He got so mad at me. I went to a live event, and that's what changed my life. It was this event where all the people got together and you could meet them, right? And I met people like Lawrence Tam. He gets on stage and he's like, I was a full-time engineer and I retired at the age of 33. I actually got laid off, but I was making $100,000 that month in this business. And I was like, what? You know, freaking me out. I was like, that's amazing. I heard story after story after story. Now, their results are not typical. See full income disclaimer at workwithmay, MEY.com/income. Okay, while I'm saying this, but I mean, and then my husband called me while I was there to find out what was going on. I was like, we just did this thing where everyone stood up if they made money in this business. And I swear to you, 95%, most of the people stood up when they asked, have you made money in this business? And I was just blown away because I've never been in anything like that before. You know, I was like, what is this? You know, and I was shocked. So that was my first introduction into this business. Okay. And then our results are not typical. However, before I gave birth to my son, we had already made about $10,000. So workwithmay.com/income, MEY is my name. Check that out from the income disclaimer. Now I'm going to go right to Kris. So we're gonna interview Kris now. That's what this interview is about. And Kris, I picked a topic about overcoming obstacles to get to your dream, right? Doing what seems to make you scared, something out of your comfort zone so that you can grow, right? Because that's what I think of when I think of you. I think of someone who did something they've never done at all in their life. And they had no resources to figure out how to do it. And you just found a way, and you inspire so many people, and you have no idea. You inspire so many people. It just blows my mind. And it's just because of the actions you took to start your business. So I just want to ask you, can you introduce yourself to everyone, tell them your name, where you're from, a little bit about you, and why you decided to get on the internet and start marketing and all that?
Good morning. Sorry, it's kind of dark, but I'm out at the.
It's lighter now. It's getting a little lighter.
Yeah. But the image is kind of dark, and.
Oh, that's better. I think.
It depends on where I put the screen. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Hey,
That
my
looks
name
even
is
better.
Kris, and I'm from Hawaii, and share a bit about myself. I was born with cerebral palsy. I was given up for adoption, and cerebral palsy has to do with a muscle in your brain that coordinates the rest of your body. And because I'm born with cerebral palsy and given up for adoption, basically the doctors and my teachers gave up hope on me. And my adoptive parents, which I don't consider them as adoptive parents, I consider them as mom and dad and the rest of the gang, you know. And my parents, they never treated me differently. And in regards to that, because I was born with cerebral palsy, they took me to therapy and they had hope for me. They pretty much never wanted me to be treated differently because of my condition. So my parents asked my doctors, oh, when would I be able to walk? And they told my parents that I would walk at age 7. My mom was like, "What?" And basically, I started walking at age 3. And because of that, because of my mom's determination, she wanted to put me into public school. And Board of Education, they gave up hope on me. They wanted to put me into a mental retarded school for the deaf and blind. And my mom was like, "No, no. My daughter is not mentally retarded. She's normal." So she put me into regular public school. And the next hurdle was that came to graduation. They wanted to give me a certificate of completion. My mom was like, "No." And so I graduated with a high school diploma. So with those 3 obstacles that my parents kept on facing, they pushed me to go into college. I got 4 degrees from college: massage therapy, graphic design, IT tech, massage, and multimedia. With that, with those 4 degrees, I was like, I can't see myself, doing a business or doing something on my own, because I was so surrounded with people telling me that I can't. And I believed it. I believed it so much that I ended up working many jobs because what I'm so accustomed to. And one day, you know, my my personal situations started crashing down. I mean, I started hanging around with people that I'm so accustomed to, people who have learning obstacles, people who believe that they're not worth, you know, they don't have self-worth. And that's the kind of people that I would surround myself around with, because that's what I believe. And one day I happened to be online, and I was like, wow, seeing somebody who's blind that can do an online marketing, how can this be? Seeing somebody who's in a wheelchair, they can do that, how can that be? So I had to happen to see something online, and I said, you know what? If they can do it, what makes me not able to do it? I just want to tell you, um, it was me. It was me who stood in the way of telling myself that I can't do it. It's not because of my learning disability. It's not because I'm cerebral palsy. It's because of my inner self telling myself that I couldn't do it. And I had to put that on the side. You know, I got to share this with you. Um, when somebody gets hurt or somebody gets injured, um, they happen to fall down in the lower part of your body. I mean, it's like you can't move, you can't walk well, and so you use that item, right? I forget what that thing is called that you put underneath your armpit so it'll help you walk. Shoot, what is that thing called? Crutches. Yeah, the crutches. That's what it's called, right?
Yes.
Many of us have crutches underneath ourselves, and we use them because we tell ourselves, I can't do it, or I don't want to do it. It's a choice. It's a choice. I just got to tell that to you. It's a choice. Many of us in the morning, we have a choice. We wake up in the morning and, oh man, I don't feel good today. I got to call out sick, right? Or, man, there's something better out there. What can I do to get there, right? It's a choice. Many of us have a choice on what it is that we want to do. And whether it's good, whether it's bad, it's a choice. And I give you this choice. Make a decision on what it is that you want to do and follow it through. because I've been there, I've done that. I know what it's all about because I removed those crutches. I removed those crutches because I made that choice. I could have used my disability. I could tell people my sad story, and they could feel sorry for me. They could give me what it is that I want. But you know what? Deep inside my heart, I'm just going to tell you that I wouldn't be happy. Because I know that I could use my learning disability to get whatever I want. And it's not going to make me happy because I know what I'm doing of using my learning disability will be wrong. Because I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I really don't. I wouldn't be here on this video. I mean, there's many things that I could be doing at this moment right now, right? And I choose not to because it's a choice. I choose to be here to share with you that it's possible. You know, I met May. I've seen May online so many times, and I happened to go to an event, and this was my very first event, and this was out at Nashville. I did whatever the heck to get there, you know, and why? Is it because the company needs money? Is it because that no, it's not because of that. It's not because of the company needs money. I mean, a good typical example, let me just share this with you, right? You're gonna go buy a house, or you're gonna go ahead and look for something that you love or you like, and you've been thinking about it so much that you want it, right? What are you gonna do to get what you want? I mean, seriously, if you really think about it, a house, for example, you're interested in a house, right? And because you want that house and you like that certain thing about the house. You like the community of where it's at. You like, oh, that special window, that certain material. But the number one thing what you really need is a solid foundation, right? Would you build a house on sand? Seriously, would you really build a house on sand? That's for sure. For me personally, I wouldn't build it on sand. Because if I put the foundation on top of there, everything will start moving all over the place. Well, when you get into a business, you need a solid foundation. You need a solid foundation. And for me, picking a business where I'm at right now, I need a solid foundation. And I found it. I found it. How did I find it? You're looking at it. You're looking at the two of us online right now. It takes a solid foundation. It takes the right tools. When you build your house, are you going to build it with sticks? Are you going to just use, are you just going to use this and tap in the nail? I wouldn't. I would use the right tools. I don't use just anything. I use the right tools. The other thing too is that would you build your house in the right community? People that you see that are doing the same thing of what you're getting involved in. Are you able to build with people? Are you able to see them? And if you're able to see them, will you be able to meet them in person? I've seen May so many times. When I went to the airport, I did whatever it took. I did whatever it took to get me to an event. And it's very crucial and it's very important. Because if you want to learn the strategies, right? You really want to learn the strategies on how it is that they get the results, right? You got to meet up with these people. Because I got to tell you, it's called breakthrough. If you're in your comfort zone, get out of your comfort zone. Every day, I just got to share with you, every day is a breakthrough for me. This is day 2 for me. I'm being away from my job. Many of you are like, why? I needed to break out of my comfort zone. I need to expand my horizon. In order for me to have the life of what other people are having, I've got to do it. I seen May online with the people that she's been talking about. I've seen her online, and I did whatever it took to get me to this event. I worked at a job. I worked at many jobs, but I worked at this one particular job. And I called up my friend. You know, I'm a person that helps people, right? If it happens to be my last penny, I'll give it to them. All because of what's inside my heart. See, I've been talking about heart so much, right? And I just got to share this one thing with you, right? I always ask people, what is the number one organ? What is the number one organ that keeps you alive? And yesterday was a good example. This lady was like, my brain, wait, my heart. I said, okay, what is it? What is it? And she's like, my heart. And she goes, sometimes. I said, okay, wait, hang on. Let me go ahead and ask you something, okay? And let me just explain myself. And if I'm gonna have comments, then I'll ask you after. She's like, okay. So I said, okay. If your heart keeps you alive, I said, take a breath. Relax. Take a breath again. Relax. I said, you're able to breathe, right? She's like, yeah. I said, okay, hang on. I said, okay. Are you able to hear me right now? Yeah. I said, okay. I said, close your eyes. So she closed her eyes. And I said, all right. I said, all you're going to do is just listen to my voice. I said, everything of what you're doing right now, your heart is not feeling you, right? You just took a breath in and you took a breath out. I said, you closed your eyes, right? Right. I said, if it wasn't for your heart, you wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff. So it doesn't have anything to do with your brain, right? No. I said, that's my point. Your heart will never fail you because it sends the blood to wherever it needs to go. Move your hands, your head, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth. Your heart doesn't fail you. I said, what fails you is you. You is what fails. Because you have doubt. You have fear. Fear doesn't have anything to do about your heart. Fear has to do with what you're conscious about. Your heart will never fail you. Your heart, you trust whatever is around you. That's what fails you is you. And I said to her, you gotta believe. You gotta remove all that stinking thinking of what you believe, of what you've been told. And I had to learn that. You train yourself. You train yourself to remove all that stuff that's around you. And I work on it every day. Right before we ended the conversation on the phone, I had told her this. I said, you know what? I just got to tell you this, You're the first person out of 6 months that's been on my phone for 41 minutes. What? And I said, yeah. You're the first person that I've ever been on the phone with for 41 minutes. I don't talk to anybody on the phone for more than 3 minutes. She said, "Oh my God." And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "I don't do this. I probably only do it for video. But other than that, this is not strapped on me. If it is, I'll physically get a roll of tape and put it on my ear. I don't do this. I do what you're seeing me right here on the computer. I do what you're seeing me right here. I'll show it to you. Right here, she's on the screen. And I just want to tell you that I don't do this. I don't do the phone. There's better things to do so that I could grow my business on what you're seeing on the screen. But I did whatever it took to get me to a live event. This is only so much, but what's around me, I mean, what you see around me is more. It's more than enough for me. Think outside of the box. I decided to be here out in the open because in life in general, it's because we conform ourselves to a box, which the box doesn't exist. And I believe in that. The box does not exist. What do I mean by the box? A lot of our words with the apostrophe T, it's automatic for us to tell us to say that. I can't do that. I won't do that. That's impossible to do. But I learned to say I'm working on it. I learned to say I will do it. To believe in myself, to remove all that junk. In Hawaiian, we say opala. I need to get rid of it because it'll hinder me. It'll keep me to my comfort zone of saying I can't do it. I'm working on it, and I believe that I am working on it. Every day is a breakthrough for me, and every day is a breakthrough for this individual that's on the screen right now. Every day is a breakthrough for her, and I'm a believer that whatever it takes for you to get to where you want to be, and you have to want it. Don't just do it just to do it for the sake of it, because it will not make you happy. Just do it because you're passionate about it. I'm passionate of doing what I'm doing, and I thank you for May because and seeing her because I had gone to the event and she kept me running, and I stood back for a bit because I felt overwhelmed. And she brought me back in again, and she had hope for me and encouraged me. And with that in mind, I thank you so much. I thank you so much. And I just want to say that I'm very grateful and very appreciative because now that I'm focused and now that I'm, whether you're getting monetary results and whether you're not getting monetary results, don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. I mean, don't give up on what you're doing. If you give up on what you're doing, basically, you're giving up on yourself. Here I am, learning disabled, born with cerebral palsy. I have this for the rest of my life. I could use Photoshop. I could use any other video, edit it, and say that I don't have it. But you know what? I have flaws. I have flaws just like anybody else. I have a birthmark that I can't use Photoshop to erase it. Just deal with it. And everything will work out just great.
Hey,
Be
Kris, I'm going to
creative.
interrupt you a little bit because my things are usually half hour.
Okay,
I actually have to get ready for that seminar that you're going to go to today. So I have to be there at 8. So they want me there really early. But I wanted to thank you for getting on this interview. And like I said, we can do a more formal, nicer one, you know, later on. But I just wanted to end it at half an hour. So I love what you're saying, though. And honestly, the whole thing about cerebral palsy, I had no idea you even had it. Honestly, if you hadn't said it, I wouldn't even know. I would have no idea. So it's not like something people would know when they meet you. Just saying. And that reminds me of Mike Hobbs. As you know, he got cerebral palsy, and he's already almost at $1 million in earnings and empower. No, sorry. He almost at $1 million, and I have to admit, his results are not typical. See full income disclaimer at workwithmay.com/income. But anyway, thank you so much for being on, Kris. And I just wanted to say I have to end it just because I got to go. Like, I keep it at a half hour on Friday morning. But you can find out more about Kris. Kris, can you tell everyone what your blog is so they can find out more about you?
My blog is workwithkris.com. It's WORKWITHKHRIS.com.
So KHRIS.com.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought your name was spelled without the H. So okay.
Yeah. KHRIS.
Okay, so I spelled your name wrong. Okay, got it. Okay, so that's Kris's blog, so you can find out more about her there. And my blog, as you know, is candoitblog.com, because you can do it. You can do anything that you want to do, just like Kris, just like anybody else who decides, because all that fear is just stuff in your head. Like she said, it's junk to Paula, right? Just this stuff. It looks so real to you, but to anyone else, it's just bullshit, okay? It's just stuff. It doesn't exist. So get over it and get to the other side. And the only way to do that is to stand up and recognize that your fear might be getting in your way. Get over that fear and get to the other side, because that's your dream and that's the life that you are destined, meant to live. Because if you're not living the life that you were meant to live, you're dying. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And you in your heart know if this message resonates with you, you know it's true. If you know it's true, then connect with one of us and we can help you get online and make your dreams more of a reality to you instead of this fear that stops you in your life. So get over that. Get to what you were meant to be. What you're meant to be is beautiful. It's awesome. It's phenomenal. And don't let anything in your brain stop you, because those are just your brain thinking. Because, I mean, obstacles, her cerebral palsy, I didn't know she had until this interview. Honestly, I had no clue. So I figured she was just busy. That's all. She wasn't talking to me. That's all. I don't really assume anything about anyone. If people don't talk to me, I'm like, oh, they must be busy, whatever. I get busy. I understand. So that's just how it is. So this projected stuff that we do sometimes, all in our heads. All in our heads. Other people look at you and they see you as a perfect being just as you are. So thank you for joining us on this great episode of candoitblog.com. So excited. You know, definitely check out our blogs and see you next week, Friday, 6:30 a.m. Aloha.